You're listening to Strange by Nature, your guide to the strange, weird, unbelievable, and improbable wonders of the natural world.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for being here today. I'm Kirk Mona, and joining me are Rachel Gimza and Victoria Thompson. We're all naturalists who together have scoured the world for weird and wonderful wonders, just to please your mammalian brain's desire for novelty. Isn't that nice? Let's do this.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with both Kirk and Victoria. It's good to be here. Yes.
Full of Halloween candy, got your fill?
Oh, absolutely. I hosted my own Halloween party. I went to and worked 2 different Halloween events. I love Halloween. So
Did you dress up and go trick-or-treating around the neighborhood?
No, I'm not allowed. I
think it'd be kind of funny,
really.
actually.
Right?
To like get fully dressed up and to see what people say.
I
would give candy out to adults.
I mean, I have a costume. I'm Wally this year, which is really fun.
Oh.
I mean, a lot of us have. I have closets full of costumes.
Well, right. We have many costumes. That's
separate issue.
That's different. That's not the same thing as a Halloween
just wait,
costume.
Hold on. Let me clarify. Hashtag not a furry. Just want to make sure that's clear.
Yeah, these are all
could have interpreted that
for work or for the Renaissance Festival fair, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Okay. So on that note,
with the Halloween theme, kind of in keeping. So I'm starting us off this week, and I honestly debated doing this particular topic for Halloween as it's very appropriate.
Yeah, we sometimes have like Halloween carryover for this first. I did not go that route, but it's happened many times before.
I've got Halloween carryover because I'm not over the spooky holiday. And it just fits well. So we're going to go for it. I will preface this as not being as scary as it comes across. All right?
Okay.
So there is that at least.
Fair enough.
So my topic this week is a creature feature. It is Vampiroteuthis infernalis.
Oh boy, that sounds ominous.
That is quite a scientific name.
Infernal
Isn't
vampire tooth?
Ooh, you're not far off. It literally translates to vampire squid from hell.
Oh, I guess it would be like vampirodontus or something if it were vampire tooth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Vampire squid from hell. I'm on board. I'm here for it.
Wow.
Also just known as vampire squid. Now
I can already see the episode title.
Now, down in the Twilight Zone, also known as the Mesopelagic, in the tropical and temperate oceans, about anywhere from 600 to 900 meters down deep or 2,000 to 3,000 feet deep.
That's deep.
It's very deep. It actually is known as the oxygen pore zone.
But that's still in the Twilight Zone? There's still some sunlight that filters down there?
Very little, but there's some.
Essentially none.
It's getting real close.
Yeah.
Now, this is where the vampire squid lives. Now, here's the thing.
Wait, the vampires are in Twilight. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I just want to clarify that. Okay.
Yeah, the vampires are in the Twilight Zone even.
Okay.
So here's the thing, is the vampire squid has a history of being misclassified because
Okay.
it is a cephalopod, but it is not a squid.
I would hope so. Oh, it's one of these things where we call it what it's not.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
When scientists first found this animal, they actually thought it was a type of octopus because to describe it a little bit is it looks very similar to a squid and it has all the tentacles that it should. It has 2 fins on either side of its mantle where its head is. But those tentacles that they have are all connected by a thin thin skin. Okay?
Like a membrane.
So it is
Okay.
quite literally a membrane that is connecting all of the legs, the tentacles together.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
okay, yeah.
It's not a squid. It's actually the last known member of a group of cephalopods that we don't know much about because it's kind of hard to know. We don't know a ton about vampire squids in the first place, but has been determined that it is the last remaining member of the species or of the group. So
That's
it's
probably
a
because like
cousin to
soft-bodied
squids.
animals don't fossilize well.
No, they
Right.
do not.
Yeah.
No. It makes things a little tough. Now, this little guy, part of the reason why it's probably called a vampire squid is it is a rusty red color. But
Okay.
it can also be, depending on where in the world you're finding the vampire squid, it can also be black.
Oh,
Ooh.
black
which-
and red.
Like Dracula.
Yeah, black or like a rusty red. It's quite interesting, actually. So it doesn't suck your blood or anything of other animals.
That's so disappointing.
I know.
The
But
thing
it
about a
does do some-
blood-sucking squid sounds terrifying.
It does, but
Just wraps
it
around
isn't-
you. And
Oh God. Well, there's probably a reason why they thought it would suck blood, but I'll get
okay.
into it in a second.
Okay.
So the
Interesting.
the vampire squid, what it does is it actually is a detritivore. When you're living in the
Oh,
oxygen pore zone of the ocean, there's not necessarily a lot of fresh prey just around you.
Fair
And
enough.
you get a lot of detritus and things just filtering down from other levels,
Sure.
other
Yeah.
dead things. They also just don't run into anything very often within that zone. So because of all of that, it just eats what it can find. And a lot of the time,
Yeah.
what they'll do is they have these two special limbs, and those limbs are covered in a mucous membrane.
Oh. Yum.
And
Don't
what
love that.
they'll do that, and they're covered in this mucous membrane, and whatever like they catch, be it zooplankton, be it like bits of
Oh, no.
dead flesh or anything like that,
yeah.
Yum.
it will pull it back into its mouth and just slurp it up. Real
So
tasty.
it's basically. Did you ever? I don't know if you'd ever remember. You know what wacky wall crawlers are? This ring a bell?
What?
Victoria, do you remember
Oh,
those?
are those like the squishy things and you kind of fling them against the wall and then they...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you used to get in like cereal boxes and stuff. It was like a little
Yeah.
squid or octopus, and it was like sticky, and you'd like, chuck it at the wall, and it would like slowly kind of walk down the wall.
Oh,
and
that's
kind of
fun.
what I'm picturing. That's how they picked up all the enough dust out of your house they wouldn't work, and you
Yeah.
had to
I
wash
mean,
them, and then they work again.
It kind of is that way because they're the arms that they're using, they're very thin filaments in this mucus, and it's just collecting all this marine snow. It scrapes it off, and
Did you
along
refer
the
to
way,
it as marine snow?
yes, that is what it's called actually. As it's coming down,
Oh, gross.
I thought this was common knowledge. I'm so sorry. Marine snow
That's
is when
fantastic.
detritus from high, like closer to the sun levels in the ocean, when it falls further down into the ocean floor, just bits and pieces. They call it marine snow.
Love it.
I
probably
thought
heard
this
that
was
years
common
ago, but
knowledge.
it's-
Sorry.
I've definitely heard it before, but I did not remember that. So
Whoa.
great.
Okay. But what they'll do is they're scraping those food particles off along the way, and they're kind of like the suckers within the arms, because not the arms, it's these thin filaments. They like envelop the food particles and create like a dumpling of marine snow and mucus. And then eaten.
Oh, what a way to describe it, Rachel. That is really special.
Boy.
Thank you. I can't take credit for that. That is actually from how Monterey Bay Aquarium describes it,
Dumpling.
which is phenomenal.
Believable.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So, but like, why, right? Why would I even, other than all of that, which is on its own pretty unique, why would I care about this squid, right? Why would I bring this? Now, this squid is not able to change color like most octopus and squid are able to. So, and they also don't really have squid ink to be able to, like, squirt out in a defense mechanism.
Yeah, I would imagine if it's really
not useful at that depth.
Dark, yeah, it wouldn't be so useful anyway.
Yeah. So what they do, and in order to find as many different animals and things as they possibly can, this squid has the largest eye to body ratio. So it has a huge eye. This, I have not said how big this is, to body ratio. So it's not the largest eye in the existence.
Of any animal, of any cephalopod, like...
Of any animal.
Of any animal.
Mm-hmm.
The largest body to eye ratio.
Yes.
Right? Or eye to body ratio.
Yeah,
eye to body ratio. Which is pretty amazing. They're about a foot long. That's about as big as they get. So, and their eye is pretty large. And because of that, this squid, uses bioluminescence to help find food, as well as to help communicate with other vampire squid. So at the end of each tentacle and at the end of each arm, they have tiny hairs and things, but they have at the tip of each of their arms, they are able to create bioluminescence in a bright blue color.
Cool.
That's at the tip, which is really cool. They also, I mentioned early on, so they don't have ink and they can't change their colors, but what they do, they have a couple methods in order to keep themselves safe, because any sort of cephalopod can be a really tasty meal for whatever can find it, right? So yes. I mentioned that each of the arms are connected with a membrane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, if startled, the vampire squid is able to invert itself and have that membrane and arms come over its mantle.
What?
Oh, like the cape of a vampire?
Very much like a cape of a vampire. And it comes up, and underneath all of the arms, they have Siri on the back of their webbed arms.
Siri?
And it looks... Siri is like fleshy, spiky looking bits of squid. They look kind of like little fangs all up the arms.
Yeah. I'm looking at a picture here. I can see those.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Real spiky.
Yeah, and it looks really spiky, and it usually will scare off the intruder.
That's so cool.
But they are able to invert themselves to try to ward off prey, and if that doesn't work,
like a spiked umbrella.
What'll happen? It looks like it was also described in my research by scientists as the pineapple pose.
I mean, okay. Yeah.
I mean, it's not wrong, I guess. The other piece, if that doesn't work, they are able to secrete a mucus liquid.
Again with the mucus.
That is bioluminescent, so they are able to do that in a bright blue-green that will attract predators' attention away from them, so that way they can get away.
So the blob of mucus goes away from them and it's still lit up?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, wow. That is not
it's like they're
really
throwing
common.
A glow stick for the predator to chase.
Pretty much, yeah. And they do their very best. They honestly do a great job. I just wanted to talk about the vampire squid. It's a really old squid, and it's just kind of fascinating. And it was called the vampire squid, and I had to talk about it.
Very cool animal. Thanks.
It's really cool. I will make sure to post pictures on our Instagram and such. There are other cool things about this guy, but I want to get us moving for the rest of the episode. So, my sources this week are Wikipedia, Carnegie Museum of Natural History, NOAA, which is the National Ocean and Atmospheric Administration, I believe. I always forget exactly what it is.
Oceanic, but yeah.
Oceanic, yeah. Monterey Bay Aquarium and the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute all had great sources. So
cool.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, it'll be Victoria.
Hey, we're back. Today, I am going to talk about the deadliest body of water in the world.
What?
Oh, I feel like we've talked about a number of deadly bodies of water on this show.
There's so many out there.
We have.
One that's near and dear to my heart. I used to live by one that was like decently deadly. It was great.
Oh, yeah?
Not the deadly
Lake
part,
Superior.
but like Lake Superior, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, any large body of water can be hazardous from a storm perspective, but we have talked about a number of sort of unusually, weirdly deadly bodies of water on the show. There was the Lake Nyos disaster that I talked about in Cameroon. And
I remember that.
Yes. Other similar eruptions that could happen in the future. Also, I talked about the Drake Passage near Antarctica. Very stormy area of the Southern Ocean. There are places that are dangerous because they're popular scuba diving spots, but they have like tricky currents or they're easy to get trapped in because there's caves underwater, stuff like that. The Great Blue Hole in Belize is one of these. I'm sure you've seen pictures of this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It looks like a great blue
hole.
Yes.
It looks beautiful. It looks gorgeous. Catch me nowhere. Like, I will look at it. I might dip my toes in. I'm not going in. Absolutely not. That looks terrifying.
Right. There are also waters that are dangerous because of chemicals or heat, like Yellowstone hot springs. There's a river in Spain called the Rio Tinto, which is so acidic from mine runoff that it's almost lifeless. There's a lake in Russia, Lake Karachay, which it was a dumping ground for Soviet radioactive waste. So, that one's not so healthy either.
Oh, good.
All of those are dangerous. But the place I'm talking about today is so dangerous that, as far as we know, no one who has entered its waters has emerged alive.
What?
Whoa.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So today I'm taking you to this land well known for natural hazards, England. Just kidding. England is probably one of the safest countries to be outside in.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Not where I thought we were going to be going. Gotta be honest.
No.
If you had asked me, that would not have been high on my list.
Yeah, it's not considered a very deadly place. It has a mild climate, only one species of venomous snake, the adder, which is not even really very deadly. There used to be wolves and brown bears that lived there, but they have been extirpated for centuries. And as long as you're not eating unknown plants, because there are poisonous plants everywhere, probably the most dangerous plant is the stinging nettle, which gives you a prickly rash for a few hours. Meh.
Sure.
You're fine.
I was not kidding. So this body of water I'm talking about actually is in England. It's in the beautiful Yorkshire Dales in the north of England. I am going to send you a picture here. Just Hang on.
Not like full of bodies, is it?
Well, who could tell?
Yeah. Oh, God.
Okay.
It might be full of bodies.
All right, I sent you a picture. Take a look.
Well, this looks lovely.
Yeah.
It looks like a
pleasant
lovely little stream.
little stream.
Mossy
yeah.
banks. Yeah, like rocky,
looks-
I would
mossy
totally go
banks.
wading in there or
Idyllic.
something. I can't really tell the scale on this. Like, if these rocks are 100 feet high.
No. It's
if
only
these rocks are
about
100 feet high or like a foot high.
here. It's probably like 6 to 8 feet across, so like a couple meters across, maybe.
Okay. All right. Just a little tiny
You
creek.
look it's a nice little idyllic stream.
Yeah,
Looks like something
very
that'll
idyllic.
come right out of a storybook.
You could even
Yeah.
jump across it, maybe. Right?
Wow. Well, then I don't see any sign of danger here. Let's go for
I
a swim.
debated this topic once, Victoria, so
Yeah.
I know where you're going with this.
Rachel knows about it. Okay, so this deadly body of water is called the Strid. It is only a small segment of a larger river, the River Wharfe, which runs for about 100 kilometers southeast through the Yorkshire Dales before it joins the River Ouse and eventually flows into the North Sea. And it's the stretch of the River Wharfe that runs near a place called Bolton Abbey. So it's sometimes called the Bolton Strid. This name supposedly comes from the Old English strith, meaning turmoil. But the name was a sort of back etymology to refer to a place where you could stride across because it's so narrow.
Mhm.
Here's the thing. If you go upstream a few hundred meters, the River Wharfe is about 30 feet across, about 9 meters, and relatively shallow. So essentially, the Strid is an area where the riverbed dramatically narrows and deepens, effectively turning this wide, shallow river onto its side.
Oh dear.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So no one knows exactly how deep the Strid is. It's hard to find reliable information about this because it's hard to gather reliable information about this. Many sources say that the river goes from 30 feet wide and 6 feet deep to 6 feet wide and 30 feet deep.
Sure, that would make sense. I mean,
There was a YouTuber a couple of years ago who took a sonar fishing rod. So it's basically like a little sonar transponder thing that's on the end of a rod, and you dangle it in the water and it measures how deep the water is. And he trailed this along the surface of the Strid for, several hundred yards or however long it is to try to measure the depth at various points. And he got a maximum depth of 65 meters, which,
what?
if true, is mind-boggling.
That's so deep.
Yeah, I do have my doubts because
I
he
have my
didn't
doubts
really
as
seem
well,
to know
but
how to
that's-
use it. He hadn't done a lot of research, and the water is so turbulent that it was moving around, and who knows if it was actually even pointing at the bottom. Hard to say that this was accurate, but it certainly is deeper than it looks.
Yeah.
Something on a solid pole held at the water would be much more accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the problem is the water's moving so fast you can't hold it straight down.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't mean that. I mean like a depth finder, like at the surface. You sound like he's on a fishing pole. It could be loose and bobbing around, there must be a way.
Yeah. Probably, but not some random YouTuber with a $40
Probably not.
gadget. No. So what is known is as you can imagine, as this river narrows and deepens, the water gets extremely turbulent, and the force of the current has hollowed out many pits and caverns that undercut the bank.
Oh no.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And
dear.
obviously the water goes faster when it's going through this narrow channel. So if you fall in, you get not only swept down, but you get swept under and you get swept sideways, or you could anyway. And you might not come out for a very long time because there's all kinds of stuff down there that is unfathomed, literally. So there's no official record of number of deaths. Here's the thing. We don't really know that much about how many people have died. In 1998, a honeymooning couple was traveling near there in August. We know they went hiking near the Strid, near Bolton Abbey, and they were not seen again until the wife's body was found 6 days later, a few miles downstream. Her husband, his body wasn't found. So remember, this was like maybe early to mid-August. Husband's body was not found until mid-October, 10 miles downstream. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's not great.
Wow.
There are also legends about, people who have tried to go there and have met a sad fate. But, legends are hard to verify. Certainly the waters are very treacherous and deceptively treacherous because, as you noted, it doesn't look dangerous.
It looks so idyllic.
It looks idyllic.
It looks like a cute little stream.
Looks like you could just jump across. The rocks are slippery. Don't do that.
That's not great.
Yeah, I saw there as I was researching this, there were, pictures of, bloggers that had brought their children along on this trip, and their children, I mean, they weren't super close to the edge of the bank, but I'm like not taking a 6-year-old anywhere near there. No.
No.
I've seen 6-year-olds. They're dumb.
Yes.
And I mean that in the nicest possible way.
It's the best way, yeah. Like, they just don't know. They're still learning and exploring the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should say, I haven't seen, I work with 6-year-olds. They have no sense of the world.
You had a 6-year-old at one point.
It's true.
Also true. Yeah, so that's my episode this week. Just ominous, beautiful body of water. My sources were, there was a good article from Atlas Obscura, a couple of Yorkshire websites, Yorkshire Bylines and Yorkshire Live, and Wikipedia had some background information, and then also Snopes had a little page that was trying to verify some of the legendary type of stuff for the deadliness of the body of water.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Victoria.
You're welcome. You'll have to strike that off your list, Rachel.
I will. I think I found it once and was like, whoa, this is wild. And then it was one of those pieces of research that I filed away and never put actually on my list, but I should have.
Okay. Well, your
some other shiny
list,
object
anyway.
got your attention.
Theoretically off my list.
Yeah. All right. We're going to take a little break, and when we come back, it'll be Kirk.
Welcome back, everyone. The three of us have all worked as naturalists in North America, so we're pretty familiar with the animals that are found here. While there may be many small animals that might escape the attention of the average person, even non-professionals know the big animals, or what we might call megafauna. These are the big ones, ones that end up being animated characters in movies. Everyone knows them. Here in North America, we have black, brown, grizzly, and polar bears, moose, wapiti or elk, caribou, wild horses, the American bison, things like that. And where we draw the line on what is or isn't a megafauna is, to be clear, a bit fuzzy. Some people actually draw the line at anything over 100 pounds. So we'd have things like humans, white-tailed deer, gray wolves, lynx, and mountain lions. While other people would say megafauna is more like things over 1,000 kilograms or 2,200 pounds. That's quite a big difference from 100 pounds. So some people consider only the very biggest of the big. Now, to be clear, I don't see any of these animals out my window on a regular basis. The most exciting thing is I saw a fox run by my house today. That was exciting.
I saw
know
a couple
Rachel.
of deer today.
Yeah, we see deer all the time. You used to have moose and wolves up north where you were in northern Minnesota. I've seen
saw a wolf outside of my apartment window once.
Outstanding. Not at my house, but I've seen bison and black and brown bears, wolves, bobcats, but megafauna aren't usually walking through most of our backyards on a daily basis, but they are for some people. It kind of depends on where you live. Sure. I want you to imagine, though, that you wake up one morning, you look out your window, and you don't see the regular animals that you might expect. Instead, you see camels, elephants, lions, and giant anteaters. Where do you think you might be?
Camels, lions, elephants, and giant anteaters.
Egypt.
Yeah.
Somewhere in Africa, most likely.
Okay.
Possibly.
Northern Africa.
There used to be lions more widespread in like Asia, so
that's true.
Could have been we could have been transported back in time to like India or someplace.
Are we at a
zoo? You might be on the right track. Africa seems like a really good guess. But what if you looked a bit closer at that elephant and you realize that it's really, really hairy?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Have we been sent back in time?
You have been. You are still in North America. It's just you are here during the Pleistocene.
Oh.
So we've gone back in
Yay.
time. I think it's really interesting that we have this fascination like with the age of dinosaurs and their extinction.
Okay.
But we tend to ignore the much more recent extinction that went on around the world at the end of the Pleistocene. These extinctions happened at slightly different times in different continents, but essentially these extinctions at the end of the Pleistocene were all about 10,000 years ago, with some of them taking thousands of years to get completed. So really, some of this extinction event only really ended about 3,000 years ago. That means, unlike the dinosaurs, which went extinct many millions of years ago, these animals walked with our ancestors. Whoa. Our ancestors hunted them, ate them, drew art of them on cave walls, and even passed down stories of them in our oral traditions and histories. So that is, like, to me, so cool and so fascinating. And that's what I want to talk about this week.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the Pleistocene?
Well, the animals, some of the megafauna that went extinct during that at the end of that time period.
Fun.
Now, part of why you guessed Africa when I listed off those animals is that Africa was the continent least affected by the extinction event. So there were still lots of extinctions there, but it seems to be the place where many of these large animals were still able to survive in some form and are still found today. North America, where we live, was particularly hard hit. There were many animals that became extinct and many that became extirpated, meaning they were wiped out here, but not everywhere. So some survived elsewhere, such as camels, while others have started to actually migrate back into North America from where they survived in Central America or even South America. A few quick examples of species that are starting to get a toehold back in North America recently are giant anteaters, wild horses, ocelots, jaguarundi, cougars, and collared peccary, or the javelina. And cougars are probably the one on the list that has done the best job retaking over their former range, though, to be clear, they would still have a long way to go to really take over and be plentiful in all that range. And now, bison are an interesting example as well because it's an animal that almost went extinct in much more modern times. That was much after the Pleistocene.
Right,
but the
Victoria
former
talked
versions,
about that once.
Yeah, like the former versions of the bison, such as the giant longhorn bison, disappeared, and we think possibly just sort of evolved into the modern form of bisons. So they didn't really disappear. Now, I just want to paint a picture of some of what we lost. It is estimated that we lost 80% of the animals over 1,000 kilograms.
Wow.
In the world, not just North America, it's in the world. So here's what used to be in our North American backyards not that long ago. There was actually 3 species of bison, and there was at least 5 species of muskox.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
There were 3 more members of the deer family, including the stag moose, which was a few feet taller than our current moose.
Yeah, because
Which
that's
is-
yep. We needed that.
Wow.
Clearly. Yep.
Mind-blowing.
Yep.
There were also 5 species of pronghorns that we don't have now, and 3 species of pigs or peccaries. As I noted, the javelina are making a comeback in some areas. We had camels, just the true camels. They originally evolved here in North America. That's where camels come from originally, which is amazing. They crossed the land bridge over into Asia, but they got wiped out here. We also had 2 species of llamas in North America. And we had 3 species of tapirs, which we don't have.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Tapirs are fun.
Tapirs are pretty cool. Now, really excitingly, when it comes to big cats, we had plenty. In addition to the ones we still have now, there were bigger ones like saber-toothed cats, which have always been one of my favorites since I was a kid. Their remains actually, we used to think they weren't found where we are here in Minnesota, but their remains have actually been found in sinkhole caves not that long ago, not that far from where we are recording, which is very cool. So they were definitely around here.
That is cool.
We also had the similar the scimitar toothed cat as well.
Okay.
And the American cheetah, which was not a cheetah.
Of course not.
Names are terrible. There was also a species of jaguar that went extinct, though its range is being currently retaken over by a related jaguar down south. So it's like jaguars are coming back, but it's a different subspecies, we think.
Okay.
Super exciting to round out the cats. We had the American lion and the cave lion.
Cave lion? I didn't know North America had lions.
Yes, 2 species of lions. And it's just wild to picture lions roaming around North America, but they were. And I'll tell you, Rachel, you said you don't know much about cave lions there and that they were here. Don't worry. Spoiler alert. Cave lions are my topic for next week. So I'm not going to talk about them too much. I'm doing a deep dive next week for you guys.
Okay.
Now, getting off the cats there, we had canines that we lost. We lost the dire wolf and the Pleistocene coyote. And interesting, also dholes lived here, which looks like D-hole, but dholes. Which still exist. Exist in Southeast and Southeast Asia, but they were also in North America back during the Pleistocene. It's very cool. Now get this, we lost 5 different species of bears.
What?
And it's like, we already have a lot of bears in North America. We had 5 more species of bears. Another species of skunk. We had the giant beaver, which was huge.
Really? The giant beaver was huge, you say?
Yeah, it's called giant. And there were actually 3 species of mastodons and 2 species of mastodons, 3 species of mammoths, which is just awesome. And multiple species of ground sloths. And we don't got any of those now. Now, all of these animals at least have like a living relative that's pretty similar that we can think about when we want to think about them. But we also lost the Glyptotherium. You know what a Glyptotherium is?
No.
I feel like I've heard that name before, but could I say what it is? No.
Well, here's one of the weird things. I think it's one of the species, like if you were a kid and you ever got like the little pack of dinosaurs, sometimes weirdly there were like Pleistocene mammals and things mixed in with the dinosaurs, and you're like, why are it's more like an extinct animal playset, not like, but then again, probably like the dinosaurs in those sets were from different, like, times periods too, right? Like the Triassic and the Jurassic and the Cretaceous are all wildly millions and millions, hundreds of millions of years apart. So maybe it's not that word, but I swear I had a Glyptotherium in there. These dudes are absolutely bizarre. Technically, they're a type of armadillo, but that doesn't really do them justice to call them an armadillo. They were massive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Big, huge, domed, armored shell. They could be about 2 meters or about 6.5 feet long, with a huge, high domed shell.
Oh my gosh.
That's huge.
They could weigh 400 kilos, or that's over 800 pounds. For those who don't speak kilo. I mean,
So not
these
really
were
a megafauna, according to some people.
If you want
Look,
to be
you find an
pedantic,
800-pound
you
armadillo.
love being pedantic on this show.
Yeah, I mean, but
I
that's
would
very true.
consider
Some
it a
people would not
megafauna,
consider
to
that.
be clear.
I sure
would
would
too.
too. If you show me an 800-pound armadillo, oh my god. So
That's megafauna.
those are kind of some of the big ones. There's actually many, many smaller animals as well, all different kinds of like small like rodents and things, or some rodents that weren't even all that small. So I just wanted to kind of stick to like the really big ones. It's wild to think about what our lives would be like if all these animals and similar ones that went extinct around the world were still here. Like the world would look very different. It must have changed profoundly to have such large predators and herbivores and animals that were on the landscape just completely gone now. Some of them just on the order of thousands of years ago. Like they were here with humans, right? This isn't, again, dinosaurs. This was when all of our ancestors were hanging out around the world with these animals, and they're just not here now. So that is so strange to me that it's something that wasn't all that long ago. So why are they not here? The thought is that it was basically climate change. This is at the end of the last ice age. So there was a huge amount of climate change going on. That's what drove most of these animals extinct. And then also probably some degree of human hunting, which is sort of up for debate because we can't really measure that. We do know that a lot of these animals were certainly hunted by humans. Humans certainly were expanding their range at this time because as the climate changed, it became more hospitable to humans too. And so humans are coming in and being like, look at all this food, look at these animals, and started eating them. But, probably the kind of thing where they were in decline anyways. But humans may have been sort of not helping the situation. Or maybe helping it along, if you will. But there are some arguments, people saying, well, hey, look at like bison. Like bison did not go extinct at this time. They survived, and humans were in North America at the time. So doesn't that point to humans not, being the cause? I mean, who knows, right? We don't have our time machine yet. We can't really say. So camels in North America. Yes, that's what I have for you this week. My sources were largely from Wikipedia, which is a wonderfully compiled list of creatures from around the world that went extinct at this time. And if you aren't a North American listener and you want to know like what would have been roaming around in your backyard at this time, you can check out that great article because it's got lists for every part of the world. It's very cool.
Cool.
Yeah, fun topic. Thanks.
Thanks, Kirk.
Sure. Well, hey, that's it. End of the show.
We made it.
We made it. You
Look
made
at
it with
this
us
guy.
if you're still
All right.
listening.
We appreciate that. Sometimes we put little secret outtakes at the end of the show. I don't know if anyone knows that. Like, most of the outtakes and things we save for our patrons. We really appreciate those folks who go over to patreon.com/strange by nature and support the show. Once in a while, a little something gets tacked on to the end of the show. And so I always encourage you to listen to the very end. You never know what's going to be there. Probably nothing on this one, though. Have a great night, everybody.
All right, good night. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone, for listening to today's show. Be sure to subscribe. New episodes drop every Wednesday, and we love sharing this strange world with all our listeners. If you would be so kind as to leave us a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcasts, that would be great. It lets other lovers of the strange discover the show. You can reach us by searching for Strange by Nature Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Blue Sky. You can send us an email as well. Our address is contact@strangebynaturepodcast.com. If you want more information about the show, you can check out our website, strangebynaturepodcast.com, and you can support the show and get ad-free episodes at patreon.com/strangebynature. Until next week, get outside, stay curious, and embrace the strange.